The invitation looked elegant. Gold border, embossed name, expensive paper. But the message inside felt like a test. Family dinner, formal. Daniel said it would be simple, warm, welcoming. He was wrong. From the moment we entered the house, I felt it. Not coldness, evaluation. The kind that scans your clothes, posture, accent, and history in seconds. The dining room was beautiful. Long table, crystal glasses, perfect lighting, perfect smiles. Not one of them real. Daniel squeezed my hand. "Relax," he whispered. "They'll like you." I've learned something about rooms like this. People don't decide if they like you. They decide if you belong. His mother stood at the head of the table, controlled, polished, socially dangerous. Her smile was formal, not warm. "So," she said, looking me up and down, "you're the girl. Not name. Not welcome. Classification." "Yes, ma'am," I replied calmly. She didn't offer a seat. I took one anyway. Power respects confidence, even when it hates it. Dinner began. Silverware spoke more than people. Then the question started. "Where are you from? What does your family do? Which neighborhood exactly?" Not curiosity. Background checks in polite language. I answered simply. No shame. No performance. Daniel stayed quiet, too quiet. That told me more than the questions did. Halfway through the meal, she finally said it. Casually. Publicly. Precisely. "These days Daniel has a soft heart," she said, sipping her drink. "He keeps bringing home projects." Light laughter around the table. Then she looked directly at me. "Some girls," she added, "come from the street, but want a dining chair." Silence fell. There it was. Not hidden. Not accidental. Street trash. Without using the exact words yet. Daniel shifted in his chair, but didn't correct her. And in that moment, I stopped being nervous. I started being ready. No one defended me. Not his aunt. Not his uncle. Not even Daniel. That silence was louder than the insult. I picked up my glass slowly, not shaking, not reacting. When people expect you to break, calm becomes power. "I see," I said softly. "So tonight is a character test, not a dinner." A few eyebrows moved. His mother smiled thinly. "If honesty offends you, you're too sensitive for this family." "No," I replied gently. "I'm only too honest for fake rooms." The table froze again, but this time differently. Because I wasn't hurt. I was steady. Daniel leaned toward me and whispered, "Please don't escalate this." Escalate? Interesting word. So humiliation was acceptable. Response was escalation. I nodded like I agreed. That made him relax. People relax when they think you've surrendered. The waiter arrived and began refilling plates. He avoided eye contact, but I noticed something. He heard everything. Rooms always have witnesses. His mother continued speaking, now to the table, but aiming at me. "Class," she said, "cannot be learned from books or borrowed from relationships." I smiled slightly. "True," I said. "And kindness can't be inherited for money." A fork dropped somewhere. Small sound. Big effect. Daniel's father cleared his throat, trying to regain control. "So," he said stiffly, "what are your future plans?" Not curiosity again. Assessment. "I build things," I said. "What things?" "Situations where people regret underestimating me." He tried to laugh, but it didn't land. Because confidence, without noise, scares people more than anger. Under the table, my phone vibrated. One message. 3 words. "Ready when you are." I didn't check the sender name. I didn't need to. Timing matters more than identity. I placed the phone face down again. Dinner continued. But now the room had shifted. They thought they were interviewing me. They didn't know. The decision was already made. His mother leaned forward one last time. "And tell me," she said sweetly, "what makes you think you're suitable for my son?" That was the wrong question. Not because it insulted me. Because it revealed fear. I met her eyes calmly. I said. But I'm starting to wonder if he's suitable for me. Daniel looked up fast. Too late. Moments like this don't explode. They turn. And tonight was turning. Dessert plates arrive untouched. Tension has killed appetite. Daniel's mother watches me like she's waiting for collapse. People like her enjoy reaction more than victory. I give her neither. Instead, I open my bag and take out a slim folder. No drama, just placement. Right beside my plate. Daniel notices first. "What's that?" he whispers. "Timing," I reply. He frowns, confused. "Good." His mother folds her hands. "Let me be direct," she says. "My son has a future to protect. Reputation, position, network. Relationships must match level. Translation, not you." I nod slowly. I agree completely. She wasn't expecting agreement. Her posture shifts half an inch. "Then you understand," she says. "Yes," I answer. "Which is why I already made a call before arriving tonight." Daniel turns. "A call about what?" I slide the folder slightly forward, but don't open it yet. "About the engagement venue," I say calmly. Silence. Complete. He blinks. "What engagement venue?" I look at him, steady. "The one you asked me to book yesterday, remember?" Color drains from his face. Because now he remembers. His mother looks between us. "Engagement," she repeats sharply. Daniel swallows. "I was going to announce it tonight. Wrong room. Wrong timing. Wrong mother." Her expression hardens like glass. "You planned this," she says to him, but staring at me. "No," I reply softly. "I planned something else." I open the folder. Inside, printed confirmations, deposits, vendor holds, guest reservations. All under my coordination. Control, documented. "I canceled it," I say. No raised voice. No anger. Just fact. Daniel stares. "You what?" "I canceled it," I repeat. "An hour ago." The waiter in the background stops moving. Witnesses always feel turning points. His mother leans forward. "You had no authority." I meet her gaze. "I had responsibility," I answer. "And clarity." Daniel's voice drops. "Why would you do that?" "Because this was never about dinner. This was about respect." And respect, once insulted publicly, answers publicly. I close the folder. "You don't get engagement," I say calmly. "When you can't offer protection." I stand. Chair slides back. Final sound of the scene. "And you don't get marriage," I add, looking at her. "When you confuse class with cruelty." No shouting. That's why it lands. No one stands when I stand. Shock freezes rooms faster than anger. Daniel finally pushes his chair back. "Wait, sit down, we can talk this through." Talk. That word always appears after disrespect, never before it. I remain standing. "We are talking," I say calmly. "You're just hearing it late." His mother laughs quietly, but it's strained now. "This is manipulation," she says. "Canceling to create drama." I shake my head slightly. "No," I reply. "Insults created the drama. I only closed the contract." That line lands heavy. Because it's true. Daniel runs a hand through his hair. He's no longer in control, and he knows it. "You embarrass my family," he says. I look at him carefully. "Your family tried first," I answer. "You just didn't notice." Pain flashes across his face, not heartbreak, exposure. Some truths don't wound. They reveal. His father finally speaks again. "What exactly do you want?" he asks. Not angry. Not loud. Careful. Smart men change tone when they sense leverage. "Nothing," I say. That's the point. I'm not negotiating. I pick up my bag. When respect becomes optional, I add, presence becomes optional too. The waiter steps aside as I move. He gives a tiny nod, almost invisible. Strangers often recognize dignity faster than relatives. Behind me, his mother says one last thing. You'll regret this decision. I stop, but don't turn around. No, I say quietly. I would regret staying. And I walk. Doors open. Cold air hits. Freedom always feels cooler than decorated rooms. Outside, my phone rings. I answer. Voice on the other side says only, handled. I smile. Yes, I reply. It is. I don't cry in the car. That surprises even me. Pain usually asks for tears, but clarity replaces them tonight. Streetlights slide across the windshield as I sit quietly. My phone lights up again, messages flooding in. Not from Daniel, from the venue manager, from the catering director, from the event coordinator. All confirmations, cancellation processed, deposits redirected, contracts closed. Clean, precise, final. One new message appears, from Daniel. You went too far. I type back only 4 words. No. I arrived late. Scene. No reply. Truth ends arguments faster than emotion. Flashback hits, not soft, sharp. 3 months ago. Daniel asking me to handle everything because I was better with people. Because I was organized. Because I was trusted. Not partner, operator. I see it clearly now. Love should not feel like unpaid management. My phone rings again, different name. Mrs. Carter, the venue owner. I heard what happened at the dinner, she says gently. Small towns of power talk fast. I'm sorry you were treated that way. Respect, from outside the family. Irony is loud. Thank you, I say. She pauses, then adds. For what it's worth, half the guest list called me after your cancellation. I frown slightly. Why? To say they're relieved. That lands deeper than the insult did. Relieved? I repeat. Yes, she says. People attend weddings out of obligation. They cancel attendance out of truth. I lean back slowly. Reputation is shifting, and not the way his mother predicted. Final message arrives. From Daniel's aunt, the quiet one at the table. You didn't deserve that. I should have spoken. I reply. Next time do. Because silence is not neutral. It chooses a side. Engine starts. Decision already made. Not revenge. Correction. And correction has only begun. By morning, the story has moved. Not online. Not publicly. But through the private channels that actually matter. Calls, boards, donor circles, event lists. Quiet networks. The places Daniel's mother respects most. And fears most. At 9:12 a.m., my phone rings again. Unknown number. I answer. Her voice. Controlled, but thinner than last night. You created unnecessary damage, she says, without greeting. No, I reply calmly. I removed my name from it. Silence short tight. You embarrassed this family in front of partners. I sit at my desk, reviewing emails. Your partners called me, I answer. Not you. That stuns her. Because she doesn't know how many did. You think this makes you powerful, she asks. No, I say. It makes me unavailable. Power is loud. Unavailable is untouchable. Different league. She changes strategy. Softer tone. We can still fix this. Reinstate the booking. It's gone, I reply. Date released. Vendor chain dissolved. You acted emotionally. Actually, I say, checking the timestamps. I acted between the appetizer and dessert. Precision beats accusation. She exhales slowly. What do you want? There it is again. The wrong question powerful people ask when leverage shifts. Nothing from you, I say. But you should want something from yourself. And what is that? An apology, before the story grows legs. She almost laughs, but doesn't. We don't apologize to girlfriends. Correct, I answer. You apologize to witnesses. And now she understands. This isn't romance fallout. This is reputation math. She ends the call, without goodbye. I mark the time. Pressure has reached her level now. And when pressure rises, truth surfaces faster. That afternoon, I'm not the one who calls. Daniel shows up. No message. No warning. Just my office lobby calling upstairs. He says it's important. Of course it is. Consequences always are. He looks different when he walks in, less polished, more human. Like someone who slept next to regret. 2 minutes, I say. Use them well. He doesn't sit. I didn't know she would say that, he starts. I don't rescue him with interruptions. Silence forces honesty to work harder. I should have stopped it, he adds. Yes, I reply simply. Not cruel. Not loud. Just final. I was trying to keep peace, he says. No, I answer. You were trying to keep comfort. Peace protects people. Comfort protects positions. Different motives. He looks down, accepts the hit. Growth begins where excuses fail. Mom's getting calls, he says. Board members. Sponsors. Even the charity chair. I know, I reply. His head lifts fast. You knew this would spread? I knew witnesses have phones. Truth travels without marketing. He finally sits. I came to ask you to reverse it, he says quietly. The cancellation. The narrative. All of it. I study his face. For love. I ask. He hesitates. Too long. That's the answer. For damage control, I say for him. He doesn't argue. Because accuracy is hard to fight. I won't reverse truth, I tell him. But I will accept accountability. He looks confused. What does that mean? It means, I say, you apologize publicly. Same table, same people. And I consider closing this quietly. Cost. Real cost. Respect is never free after disrespect. Before he can answer, my phone buzzes. Message from his aunt again. Family meeting tonight. She's panicking. I show him. Color leaves his face. Then decide fast, I say calmly. Because the room is forming, with or without you. He nods slowly. This time, not pressured. Resolved. I'll speak, he says. We'll see. Words are easy alone. Truth is harder at the table. The family meeting happens that night. Same house. Same dining table. Different power. This time, when I enter, people stand. Not out of love. Out of awareness. Respect often arrives late, but it arrives. Daniel speaks first. No script. No polish. I failed, he says. I allowed disrespect and stayed silent. That silence was mine, not hers. No one interrupts. Truth, when spoken cleanly, controls the room. He turns to me. I'm sorry. Simple. Direct. Public. Valid. His mother tries to hold posture, but pressure has already done its work. Finally she says it. Tight voice, measured words. My statement was wrong. Not warm. Not emotional. But recorded. By every ear that mattered. Sometimes justice is not softness. It's correction. I nod once. That's enough, I say. No speech. No revenge. No victory pose. Because dignity doesn't celebrate, it concludes. I place one paper on the table. Not a contract. A boundary. Our story ends here. I tell Daniel gently. Respect should not need witnesses to exist. He understands. This time, completely. I walk out lighter than I walked in. Not because I won, but because I did not stay where I was reduced. And that is the real lesson. Never beg for a seat at a table where your dignity is the price of dinner.